I see so many friends in the audience, I'm not taking names. I came to this city 12 years back. 6 months before that, I pretty much decided that I would quit journalism because there was nothing left in this business at all to be inspired about. What was journalism 12 years back was a man who would come and do a show called Sunsoni, and the show was about all criminals, and he had mastered the art of looking and sounding like a criminal himself. And they would say the world is coming to an end, and we'd reduced this great, beautiful profession of journalism to an abject joke. Believe me, Sabas, where are you, my friend? You wouldn't be calling a journalist to speak to your esteemed and august gathering 12 years back. You wouldn't do that. And now, not only do you call a journalist, which is actually a curious thing for me on why you've called me at all. I was thinking about it and I said, yes, I complete the third E because I provide you an experience. You were talking about experience at 9 o'clock every night. I hope you experience it. Second E was an event. Well, I think it is an event at the same time. I mean, the thought of a madman sitting in a studio alone with nobody around him but 8 boxes, shrieking at each one is quite an event. But I also provide you the entertainment, don't I? Don't I do that? So I want honorary membership of the triple EMA. And I want to be the founding father of the triple EMA this time tonight. But listen, you are a great industry and I won't flatter you more. There are a lot of people who tell you good things about you, but you brought professionalism into this business. There are so many references to my friend Roshan. And when I entered Hindu college, in the first year, I was told that the superstar you must meet, the first radio jock in this country. He was in his MA previous, and so time flies. 20 years later, Roshan, it's great to see you today. And looking at what Roshan's done, what Sabas has done, what your industry has done is that you've basically professionalized it all. You've cleaned it up. You've provided the deliverables. And I think you are doing a great job for this country. So when I see beautifully managed events, the first thing we talk about is what is the perception someone who comes from outside or someone who is investing in this country takes away from it. And when you see a beautifully managed event, that's the first impression that you get. So I don't know the rest of your business, but for presenting the right picture of this country to the world outside, I think you are doing a great service for this country. So thank you for that. Now, I feel I'm totally blessed today where I am. And I will speak for 20 minutes and I'll shut up and somebody just put an alarm on that and then we'll talk because I came here to talk today. One-sided conversations only happen on TV. But I feel I'm really blessed because what is the chance that a middle-class family's boy with no godfather in the media business, no godfather in any of these associated businesses. I mean, heck, nobody from my family did anything except law and politics. Nothing to do with media. What is the chance that somebody with that background, with a general liberal arts degree in sociology from Hindu college, with nothing to back him up, comes to a point where a lot of people watch me, right? Every night, for good or bad, entertainment, whatever. But I tell myself, I was talking to my dad today. My dad says, he was talking about some news reports that came yesterday, day before. I said, Dad, don't worry about all that, but think about how blessed we are. Where did you imagine that today your son or whatever, you'll be able to connect to so many people in a real way, have real conversations. And I feel I'm blessed because I feel I've become part of so many families. And I know people and I know human psychology and I know the way people relate to me. They feel I'm part of the family because they have dinner with me every night. And when I have, elderly people coming to me, they say beta with a very real feeling. Like he's the guy, whatever, comes and shouts, but we spend 2 hours with him, 1 hour with him, 3 or 4 or 5 nights a week, right? You don't even spend that much time with your own family members. And when you go to a hospital and you suddenly find that there are people who've come out of a bypass surgery and they see me hanging around there. They said, can we talk to him? And I tell them, don't meet me after a bypass. I'm not good for you. But I feel I go to those people, I talk to them, I sit with them. and I converse with them, and I talk to them about, and I sometimes meet a 10-year-old boy who comes to me in the airport, says, Uncle, aapne ye kal bola tha, parso bola tha, and I tell the mother that, no, you're making it up. You told him this. You told him to say this. The mother says, no, he watches you. He watches you, he does memes on you or whatever that these kids do. But imagine this. Forget all of what you saw. Forget all of this. What do we carry away at the end of our lives, Are we here to sign autographs, feel great about ourselves, feel that we are like mini celebrities? No. But how many people in this world get a chance to become part of so many people's lives, hearts, conversations, and families? So I want to just begin by saying this, that I must have done something good, that I have so many people connecting with me, and I feel glad and I feel blessed, and wherever I go, I begin by saying that thank you for making me part of your life in whichever way. Hate me, say things about me, throw an egg on the TV, but don't ignore me. Know me, talk to me, whatever. Let's connect. Now, as far as this business of journalism is concerned, to be very honest, my 10 years in Delhi journalism, I lost my confidence completely. I used to be a good student. Roshan knows I was a good debater. Roshan was the best debater. Roshan had the style. We would sit there writing some of his speeches, and he remembers there. There was a chai wala, and Roshan bolta tha, acha line lekho, hum deliver karenge. तो हम वहाँ पे बैठते थे, क्या चाय वाले के नाम था? हम ले रोशन सर आप देखिए, रोशन से अभी देखो, अभी बताता हूँ कैसे deliver होता है. Remember that, Roshan? We were good at debating. We were good students. We worked hard. We really wanted to get somewhere. When we went abroad, we went on scholarships. We wanted to make our family proud. But believe me, any journalist today begins his career where I started, spends 10 years in Delhi journalism, the person will, that city will ruin your confidence. That city will make you feel you're worthless. That city will only ask you, किसके बेटे हो, कहाँ से connection है, किससे बात की है, कैसे काम करवाओगे. Simple. And to be a journalist, these are things that you must abhor. To be a journalist, I always felt, I joined this profession because I felt an anger within me, because I lived my college in a real college in North Campus, Delhi University. Mandal happened the year I entered college. So I know what it was to be a Goswami in first year Delhi University. Goswami, you're going near Kranti Chowk. Koi nahi puchta aapko 90% mila. Puchte aap Goswami or Pandit or Brahman. And by the time your second year, I remember me and my friends we had gone to see a film in Chanakya. And we were coming back with Chanakya, we were wearing bandanas, which were cool. We were in bikes, we were stopped near Red Fort and said, what are you people doing? I said, I'm movie dekh ke aa rahe hain. Second show. Bolte, nahi. You people immediately go back to your camp. What happened? Well, aapne suna nahi, Babri Masjid tod di. So my generation, when we went through college, we had two colossal societal experiences. You are first given the sense of your caste. Heck, what does a 17-year-old know about caste? And then by the time you're 19, 20, you're told about your religion. And so what happens, this is a beautiful generation in a great country, and 92 was the year of economic reforms. For all of us wanted to get to management school, do things, shake the country up. And I tell you, 50 to 60% of my college mates just left the country and never came back. They never came back. I still meet them now. And those who stayed, like some of us, have carried our experience through our hearts. So when we joined journalism, we wanted to do something new. We wanted to defy the system. We wanted to ask the questions. We were inspired by a sense of idealism. We wanted to change things up. We wanted to shake things up. But what did that city do? That city kills your spirit and makes you conform. And so many events, I remember, I'll just tell you one. The day I thought I would quit this profession, sometime in 98, 99. And I was thrilled. I had got an interview with Sonia Gandhi when she had just before becoming Congress president. I was told I'm the one person who's been able to get her to speak. And 2 or 3 days after that, I had asked a question outside gate number 4 of Parliament to a nondescript politician from Goa called Ramakant Khalap. He was law minister, Minister of State for Law. I think it was one of those third front governments. And he found my question offensive. He felt I asked too strong a question. And he felt that I was not being respectful of the law minister of India. Because what were we? We were 23, 24-year-olds would take a mic and ask a question to everybody the same way. You don't ask the question, you say, why are you avoiding my question, sir? What's your problem, sir? Sir, don't run away. Sir, don't make your security push me. Sir, answer my question, sir. That's a normal way in which a 23-year-old asks, right? Now you see me asking those questions that way. right? Don't mess around with me, sir. But at that time, I asked that question, and Ramakant Khalap asked his people to find out who I was. He made a straight call to NDTV. And an official complaint went from the Law Minister's office. I walked back, not with my head bowed, but with a sense of acute compulsion. Because you have to pay your rent. You have to earn your salary. You're a reporter. You have no connections in the system. So you go back, and then you say, Mr. Khalap, I'm not apologizing, but you made a complaint. Yes, you should never speak to a minister like that again. And you're a reporter, what would you do? You left everything in your life. You didn't become an MBA, you didn't take the natural course, you wanted to become a journalist. And 2-3 years into your profession, they kill your idealism by standing there, these good-for-nothing politicians. These spiteful, selfish politicians. They stand there and they feel great that Mantri ne sikha diya aaj reporter kya hai. Doesn't matter what the reporter's qualification, whatever is sikha diya. That was our power equation, guys. I won't go into deep of it, but I'll certainly tell you this, that if you spend 10 years in Delhi, your fundas become fundamentally clear. You will either do two things. You will either quit the profession or you'll go crazy. I chose the latter. So I said, time limit kya hai, Roshan, ghadi dekh rahe ho. 8 minutes, my friend, 8 minutes. I've got a mental clock here. Only my advertisers are worried about my mental clock. But 9:50 every day, they say, no, break, high value break. That's the only time my mental clock doesn't work. But fundamentally, I asked myself, I have two options now. Either I quit the business or I do something new. When I came to Mumbai, I just wanted to leave Lutyens. And I asked myself at the core, and I went through some experiences. I won't bore you with the details. But I told myself, we launched this channel. We got funding from Reuters. We launched a channel. We did everything. But I messed up 6 months. The first 6 months of the channel was going nowhere. Because you know what? Sitting in Delhi, Bombay, I was trying to be like Delhi. I had developed my own sort of complexes of working in Delhi for 10 years. So I wanted to do journalism the way Delhi did. And the country rejected me. Rejected me. It was the worst channel launch that anyone can ever think of. Those in the business who know it know how bad Times Now was when it started. But somewhere, the experiences of Prince, the experiences of covering Pakistan, the experiences of taking up people's stories, of making the ordinary person the headline, and championing that person, made me fundamentally realize that you in life will have to go down to the core. And what is the core in journalism? And I just want to what is the core? What are we all here for? Are we here to analyze or pontificate, opinionate? No, we are here simply to draw a rigid line between what is right and what is wrong. That's it. Kuch nahi hai. There is nothing in this business. There is only a right and there is a wrong. In everything in life, you have to bring it down to the binary. Don't tell me about the gray area. Those people who reside in the gray areas are actually obfuscating and fooling themselves because they don't want to stick their neck out, right? When you ask a question to the Prime Minister, you're offending someone who should be offended because the first time he's speaking anyway, but you also, I thought that was the headline out of the press conference. But you need to offend him because you need to tell the most powerful guy that, sir, I am right and you are wrong, and I'm willing to fight for why I think I'm right. So fundamentally, there is nothing in journalism. People have asked me for the longest time, what is that formula? Some people tell me, can you just write it down? Some people who work with me think they've got the formula and start going out. Some people think it's in a graphic, a promo. It's not. It's not. You know what it is? It's in your damn heart. It's your heart. You can't fake your heart. You can't act your heart. People tell me, do you act on news? Absolutely not. We stick our neck out because it comes from my core. I may be wrong, but I think you're wrong, or I'm right. But there is a right and wrong outside, and let's not fool ourselves about it. There is a right and wrong. There is a black and white. Let me give you some concrete examples of what is black and white and right and wrong. When you politicize on the soldiers, it is wrong. Telling them don't politicize it is right. Now, if someone wants to intellectualize it and give me a foolish Karan Johar view of the world, I don't believe in it. Fundamentally, Karan Johar is wrong, I'm right. That's my view, right? And I always tell these guys, you have a problem, don't make phone calls, come on my show, Karan Johar, come on my show. For some reason, he doesn't come. Running down national interest is wrong. Simple. I am biased. I'm fundamentally very, very, very prejudiced. I'm prejudiced about my country. This is my republic. Now, whatever, I have more stake in this republic than people who will say that we'll do an intellectualization of the republic. You run down my country, you're wrong. You deny soldiers their pay commission, whatever you promised them. After 1971, you make them wait 41 years, and you make them sit on a hunger strike. My father is the president of the Ex-Servicemen Association of Assam. When I see my 76-year-old father have to sit on a hunger strike, not for the money. My dad tells me, I don't want the money, son. But it was a promise due to us, and we were there in 1971. It's not the money. Don't give us the money. Give us the respect. But when I see an army officer having to wait 42 years of his life for 5,000 rupees, that's wrong, guys. Nobody, don't tell me about how the bureaucracy works. Don't show me formulas. Don't show me arithmetic. I will never believe you. You're wrong, and I'm right. To make submariners go on in junk, you should go and see the junk they go down in the Navy dockyards. And we take our children to see what a submarine looks like. None of us will spend 1 hour in that submarine down there. When A.K. Antony is defense minister, you don't fill up stockpiles. You make your submariners go down in junk. And then we know the commissions that you make, and nobody, believe me, when I have investigated Augusta Westland, I'm making a statement here today, I have got papers with me which prove that the biggest defense deals of this country, if you compare what we are going to break in the future someday, Augusta Westland is not even 1% of it, not even 1%. And do you think that story will not be broken? It's a question of when, not whether. Now that is wrong. When you're willing to kill a Navy guy, right, going down in a submarine, but you'll fill in your pockets, that's wrong. Now you begin to escalate that whole issue. Making someone wait in an ambulance, allowing someone to die because somebody's security stopped a person from moving, right? Part of our VVIP racism campaign struck a wonderful chord this year because I think we were simply bringing our own experiences in. We've all been pushed and shoved at airports and made people have jumped queues. That's wrong, right? That's wrong. Now think about the examples I'm telling you. It's all very, very simple. It is not complicated. It is not graphs. It is not calculations. It is not swings. It's not deep analysis. It's not a bunch of people from Oxbridge places speaking in a language that you and I don't fundamentally understand. Because I believe journalism for a long time, and I heard that line, Thanda matlab Coca-Cola, that is the fact, right? If that can be said in advertising, why can't the same truth be said in the same way in journalism? Because the truth is that English media in this country alienated the people of India for the longest time. And they believed that we need to use language that is only available in a dictionary, work out of offices where the editor sits down there, does not meet the hoi polloi, does not meet the rest of the people, where editorial meetings happen in a certain sacred space, where there is no communication with people outside, and eventually when analytical programs are done, there are more people from abroad than from your own country speaking a language that nobody understands. That is what English media journalism had done over the last 30, 40 years. What have we done? We've not dumbed it down. I have not dumbed down journalism. If I had dumbed down journalism, I wouldn't have had the courage to break the Commonwealth Games scam. It was detailed analysis. Each story that I have done runs a personal risk on me. When you break the Commonwealth Games scam and you accuse somebody of siphoning off billions of dollars and you take names and you name the people, and you don't shoot off another media channel's shoulder saying media report said, you say, I say that you are corrupt, this company made money, you're sticking your neck out. And when you take the names that night, you know that this man, Suresh Kalmadi, is damned serious. He may be a fool, but he's got an establishment behind him that is going to pull you down at the slightest opportunity. Then I tell myself, why on earth am I doing it? Why do I get fired up? Why do I take a challenge of defamation like a personal challenge? What is it in for me? I have faced that situation after 2G. I have had people try to make personal attacks on me at that time. I have had court cases put on me for ridiculous reasons. And believe me, today I will tell you on this stage, I have had some of the most senior politicians of India tell me, go to that person, settle the case. We will sort it out in court. And then the moment of inflection comes. When you sit with yourself, sometimes, like I sat with myself in 2011. And between 2010 June, CWG scam, to 2011 May, when this marketing genius called Arvind Kejriwal started jumping up and down. Arvind Kejriwal, what does he know about fighting corruption? Where was he? I told him. He had the courage to tell me once in a Times Lit Fest that you support corporates, you don't support me. I told him, Arvind Kejriwal, you and your marketing team, Kiran Bedi, Arvind Kejriwal, Anna Hazare, all the rest, you're just marketing geniuses. Where were you when I was breaking the 2G scam? Where were you when I was breaking CWG? Where were you when we were getting the calls, getting the threats? You just capitalized on the sense of anger that was building in a country. Good for you, but never claimed to take authorship for it. But fundamentally, what I'm telling you guys, it's not fun and games. This may seem engrossing. I'm here to tell you here today that behind what seems engrossing is a lot of heart, a lot of feeling, a lot of soul, a lot of nationalism, a lot of idealism where we go back to our core, and a lot of risk. So I go everywhere today and I say, listen, I take the risk on your behalf. And that's why I seek your support. When you break Lalit Gate, you are not taking on the minions in the system. You're simultaneously taking on 2 chief ministers and 1 foreign minister of India. And you sit, I remember when I broke Lalit Gate and I sat down at 9:05 on a Sunday morning, broke the story. At 9:20, Sushma Swaraj put out a press release confirming my story. That's when I took my first breath. Because when you're sitting in a studio in Lower Parel with nothing, a camera, nothing. Believe me, people say, oh, television requires a lot of money. We pump hundreds of crores. They're stupid. Television, you know what it needs? It needs one sense of idealism and one camera and an audience. Kuch nahi chahiye. And when you sit there at 9:05, you break the story, your heart is pounding, saying, what if I got it wrong? And while you're breaking the story, you say, give me more papers, I still want to read. And then you get the confirmation, and then you say, okay, I'm going to breathe. But for that 15 moments, your heart is in your mouth. We go through those experiences, and why do we go through it? We go through it for you. This is not just an overstatement. We go through it for you. We go through it because we believe that today a riot should not be easy to start. Today a Mandal Commission should not happen. Today a Babri Masjid should not happen. They'll try it. I know UP elections are coming, they'll try some drama. But it'll be drama. Before they escalate it, they'll be worried that before a riot starts, 2 cameras will reach them. That for me is accountability. So I brought my profession down to a very fundamental premise that you choose between right and wrong. And in a choice between right and wrong, when facts are staring you in the face, and this is something I said first at a Wikipedia conference 4 years back, because they've accused me, ladies and gentlemen, of ruining the neutrality of news journalism. I said I question this sense of neutrality, because this neutrality is actually fence sitting. In a choice between right and wrong, black and white, when facts stare you in the face, when you have Nirbhaya happening, when you have a gang rape happening, right? When you have politicians making insensitive comments after the gang rape, simply don't be a fence sitter. Don't exclude people. Don't exclude your emotions. Don't exclude your opinions, but most importantly, don't exclude your feelings from the news. We brought our feelings to the fore. We are transparent. And I think that, well, you know, we are very lucky also in a way that we are here today. I think this country is going to change. And one last prediction that I would like to share with you. I have a dream, and that dream will realize very soon. And my dream is this, and I will seek your support again. My dream is independent media with a capital I, and an independent media underlined as independent, not answerable to anyone but to itself, truly independent. Second, merge the independent media with digital media. The power of television that breaks the clutter, that tells the person, keep your money to yourself. I have a direct connection with my audience. Nobody can buy my way through to my audience. My audience is mine. And third, ladies and gentlemen, global media. All this is to be achieved in the next 3 years. Global media. We will challenge BBC and CNN from Lower Parel if required, if that is necessary. And there is no reason we should not be able to do it. So independent, digital, and global. So we'll seek your support again. But I want to tell you, Sabas, thanks for this opportunity. Thanks for your time. And now I'm all yours. Thank you. Thank you.